Hello and good day. This video is all about stocks and bonds. I am Cherin Tapuyo and today I am going to tackle about stocks. Una, ipapaliwanag ko muna kung ano nga ba ang stocks. Stocks are shares in the ownership of the company, a form of equity financing or by allowing investors to be part owners of the company. Ibig sabihin, ang mga stocks o stocks sa ekonomiya ay isang uri ng investment o pamumuhunan kung saan ang isang tao ay bumibili ng bahagi ng isang kumpanya. Halimbawa, kapag bumili ka ng stock, nagiging isa kang shareholder. Ibig sabihin, may karapatan kang magbahagi ng kita at pagkawala ng kumpanya. Definition of terms in relation to stocks. First is stocks. Again, stocks are shares in the ownership of the company. Next is dividend. Share in the company's profit. Ang dividend sa stock ay isang bahagi ng kita o tubo ng isang kumpanya na ipinamamahagi sa mga stockholder o may-ari ng mga stocks. Karaniwan, ang mga kumpanya na may magandang kita ay nagbabayad ng dividend upang magbigay gantimpala sa kanilang mga shareholder at hikayatin ang mga namumuhunan na mag-hold ng kanilang mga shares. Ang dividend ay hindi laging ibinabayad. Nakasalalay ito sa desisyon ng board of directors ng kumpanya at ang kalagayan ng kanilang kita at kita sa taon. Ang ilang kumpanya ay mas pinipiling hindi magbigay ng dividend at i-invest na lang ang kita pabalik sa negosyo upang mapalago pa ito. Dividend per share. Ratio of the dividends to the number of shares. Ang dividend per share o DPS ay ang halaga ng dividend na ibinabayad ng isang kumpanya sa bawat share ng stock na hawak ng isang shareholder. Pinapakita nito kung magkano ang makukuha ng isang stockholder sa bawat share nila kapag ang kumpanya ay magbabayad ng dividend. Stock market, a place where stocks can be bought or sold. Stock market ay isang pamilihan kung saan nagaganap ang pagbili at pagbebenta ng mga stocks o shares ng mga kumpanya. Sa pamamagitan ng stock market, ang mga mamumuhunan or investors ay maaaring bumili ng mga bahagi ng kumpanya at makilahok sa tagumpay nito sa pamamagitan ng mga dividend o potensyal na pagtaas ng presyo ng kanilang mga stocks. Market value, the current price of a stock at which it can be sold. Ang market value ay ang kasalukuyang halaga ng isang asset tulad ng isang stock, real estate o iba pang mga ari-arian, batay sa presyo na handang bayaran ng mga mamimili at ibenta ng mga nagbebenta sa bukas na pamilihan. Ito ang presyo na maaaring makuha kung ibebenta ng isang asset sa kasalukuyang merkado. Stock yield ratio. Ratio of the annual dividend per share and the market value per share, also called current stock yield. Ang stock yield ratio ay isang financial metric na ginagamit upang masukat ang return o kita na ibinibigay ng isang stock sa mga stockholders. Karaniwan ito ay tumutukoy sa dividend yield na nagpapakita ng porsyento ng kita ng isang kumpanya mula sa mga dividend na ibinabayad sa mga stockholders kumpara sa kasalukuyang presyo ng stock. Par value, the per share amount as stated on a company certificate. Ang par value o face value ay ang nominal o halaga na nakasulat sa isang financial instrument tulad ng isang stock o bond na itinatakda ng kumpanya o issuer kapag inilabas ito sa merkado. Sa madaling salita, ito ang original value na itinakda sa simula at hindi ito palaging tumutugma sa kasalukuyang market value ng instrumentong iyon. Sa halimbawa po natin, hindi ko po maipapakita ang wastong pagkakasunod-sunod sa pag-solve ng problema. Makinig na lamang po sa aking paliwanag upang mas madaling maintindihan. Example number 1. A certain financial institution declared a 30 million dividend for the common stocks. If there are total of 700,000 shares of common stock, how much is the dividend per share? So, ang hinahanap dito ay dividend per share. So, ang given natin, total dividend equals 30 million at total shares equals 700,000. So, find the dividend per share. Ang gagawin lang natin ay i-divide natin si total dividend sa kay total shares. So, total dividend is 30 million divided 700,000 equals 42.86. Therefore, the dividend per share is 42.86. Example number 2. A certain corporation declared a 3% dividend on a stock with a par value of 500. Mrs. Lingan owned 200 shares of stocks with par value of 500. How much is the dividend she received? So again, pag sinabi nating par value, that is the share amount as stated on the company certificate. So ang sinabi dito, magkano ang makukuha ni Mrs. Lingan na meron siyang 200 shares? Ang amount ng par value is 500 pesos of 3%. So, tingnan natin. So, paano natin kukunin yung total amount na marireceive ni Mrs. Lingan? Kunin muna natin yung dividend. The dividend per share is 500 times dividend percentage na 3%. First, i-divide muna natin yung 3% sa 100 para makuha natin yung 0.03 which is the exact amount ng percentage. So, 500 times 0.03 equals 15. So, ibig sabihin, yung value ng isang share ay 15 pesos. Since meron siyang 200 shares, i-multiply natin si 15 kay 200. So, 15 times 200 shares, si Mrs. Lingan ay makakatanggap ng 3,000 pesos. Or we can use this formula sa dividend. Dividend percentage times par value times number of shares. It will be also equal to 3,000. So let's move on to our last example. Corporation A with a current market value of 52 gave a dividend of 8 per share for its common stock. While Company B, with a current market value of 95, gave a dividend of 12 per share. Use the stock yield ratio to measure how much dividends shareholders are getting in relation to the amount invested. Ang uunahin natin ay si Corporation A. So for Corporation A, ang mga given ay dividend per share is 8 pesos with a market value of 52 pesos. So, gagamitin natin yung stock yield ratio to measure kung magkano yung dividend amount shareholders para makita natin yung amount invested. Ang gagawin lang natin dyan, i-divide lang natin yung dividend per share divided by the market value so that it is 8 divide 52 and that is 0.1538. Kailangan mo yan i-convert through percent and that is 15.38%. So, yan yung kay Corporation A. Corporation B naman, ang given ay dividend per share is 12 pesos with a market value of 95 pesos. So, same process. Kunin natin yung stock yield ratio nito and that is 12 divided 95 and that is 0.1263 or 12.63%. So, ibig sabihin, Corporation A has a higher stock yield ratio than Corporation B. Thus, each peso will earn you more if you invest in Corporation A than in Corporation B. If all other things are equal, then it is wiser to invest in Corporation A.
So the next is bonds. Bond is a debt of a firm. A bond is a certificate which proves that a company or corporation borrowed money from a certain group of individuals or investors for a definite period of time at a fixed rate. Bonds are interest-bearing security which promises to pay amount of money on a certain maturity date. Okay, so pag sinabi nating bond, means ito ay utang na pinahiram ng company sa mga investors. But when we say bond is a debt of the firm, means ang company ang nangutang sa mga investors. A bond is a certificate that shows a company or corporation has borrowed money from investors for a specific of time at a fixed interest rate. Then the company promises to pay interest to the investors on the money borrowed. So this interest is a fixed amount, meaning the investors will receive the same percentage over time. And the company also promises to pay back the full amount of the loan, or what we call the principal, on a specific date in the future, or what we call the maturity date. So in short, a bond is like a promise from the company to borrow money and pay it back with interest after a set period. Next is term or tenor of a bond. It is a fixed period of time or years at which the bond is redeemable as stated in the bond certificate. Number of years from time of purchase to maturity date. So it means ito ay tumutukoy sa takdang panahon kung kailan maaaring i-redeem ang isang bono. Ito ay nakasaad sa sertipiko ng bono at kinakalkula mula sa panahon ng pagbili hanggang sa petsa ng pagkahinog. So, definition of terms in relation to bonds. The first is coupon rate. So, it is the rate per coupon payment period, and it is denoted by R. And the price of a bond is the price of the bond at a purchase time, and it is denoted by P. Next is par value or face value. It is the amount payable on the maturity date, and it is denoted by F. So there are three conditions. If P is equal to F, the bond is purchased at par. And if P is less than F, the bond is purchased at a discount. And if P is greater than F, or the face value, the bond is purchased at premium. So here we have the term or tenor of a bond. So it is a fixed period of time in years at which the bond is redeemable as stated in the bond certificate. Number of years from time of purchase to maturity date. Lastly is the fair price of a bond. It is the present value of all cash inflows to the bondholder. So we have here the example number 1. Determine the amount of the semi-annual coupon for a bond with a face value of 300,000 that pays 10% payable semi-annually for its coupons. So the given here is the face value or F equals to 300,000 and the coupon rate or R is equal to 10%. So the amount of semi-annual coupon is unknown. So take note that the amount of the semi-annual coupon is equal to 300,000 times 10% times 1/2. When we say 1/2 because it is semi-annual, means 1/2 a year. So it just multiplied it and it equals to 15,000. Amount of the semi-annual coupon is 15,000. Thus, the amount of the semi-annual coupon is 15,000.
So there are two main types of stocks. It is the common stocks and the preferred stock. So the common stocks is a type of stock that represents ownership on a company and is sometimes accompanied by dividends on a portion of profits. So common stock is the most basic type of stock ownership in a company, and it is ideal for investors seeking long-term growth and are willing to accept higher risk than the preferred stock. The preferred stock is a type of stock that represents ownership in a company but does not usually come with voting rights. So, unlike the common stock, it has a voting rights, but the preferred stock has no voting rights. So, shareholders of this stock receive a fixed percent of dividends. So, preferred stock is ideal for investors seeking steady income with lower risk. So there are two divisions of preferred stock: the non-participating stock and the participating stock. So the non-participating preferred stock is a type of preferred stock that does not participate in the profits or dividends of a company beyond a fixed rate. So this type of preferred stockholders only receive their fixed dividend regardless of the company's performance, and it is ideal for conservative investors
seeking stable and predictable returns. Then the participating stock or the participating preferred stock is are a type of equity investors that combines features of both preferred and common stock. And this type of preferred stock allows stockholders to receive additional dividends if the company performs well on top of their fixed dividends. And it is this makes participating preferred stock attractive when the company is likely to regret exceed its profits targets. So these are the types of company stock. So stocks by size, stocks by sector, stocks by growth, stocks by region, and the index fund. So diversified portfolio. It is an investment strategy that spreads investment bets across various asset classes, sectors, and geographic regions to minimize risk and maximize returns. It also includes a variety of different types of company stocks. So, in generally, a diversified portfolio is a key to long-term investment success. So now let's discuss the stocks by size. So stocks are categorized by the size of the company's market capitalization. So stock and it is the small cap stocks, the mid cap stocks, and the large cap stocks. So the small cap stocks. So in small cap stock, it is the small companies with high growth potential and higher risk. So the small companies often start ups with a market cap below 3 or $300 million to 2 billion dollars. So these are high growth but high risk investment. And in the mid cap stocks, these are the medium sized companies with balanced risk and return. So these medium sized companies with a market cap of $2 billion to $10 billion, they offer balanced growth and stability. And in the last one, the large cap stocks are the large stable companies with steady but slower growth. So in large cap stocks, large established company with a market cap above $10 billion. So these are stable and reliable. So by understanding stock size, investors can balance risk and return. And now the stocks by sector. So stocks are grouped by the industries or sectors they belong to. So this classification is stocks by sector, which groups stocks by industries. So examples. So sectors include IT, healthcare, energy. So for example, Pfizer Inc. or PFE is belong to healthcare. Then ExxonMobil or XOM is belong to the energy. And the JP Morgan Chase or JPM is belong in finance. And as examples of the sectors, they are the companies that belong to their industries and sectors. So it also helps investors diversify portfolios to reduce risk and commonly organized using frameworks like S&P 500. And the other types of company stocks will be discussed by Kelly John Del Rosario. Stocks by growth. stocks are classified based on their growth potential and risk level. Ang stocks by growth ay tumutukoy sa mga stocks ng mga kumpanya na may mataas na potensyal para sa paglago na kita o halaga sa hinaharap. Karaniwang mga kumpanya ito na mabilis lumago at ang kita nila ay kadalasang ginagamit para sa paglago ng negosyo kaysa sa pagbabayad ng dividends. Ang mga stock na ito ay mga mataas na risk pero may malaking potensyal na magbigay ng mataas na returns. Stocks by growth. Stocks are classified based on their growth potential and risk level. For example, growth stocks companies expected to grow rapidly but are riskier. Value stocks companies with stable performance and consistent returns. Growth stocks. Ang mga ito ay mga stocks na magbilis lumago ang halaga. May potensyal silang magbigay ng malaking kita, ngunit mas mataas din ang panganib na kaakibat. Karaniwang kabilang dito ang mga kumpanya na mabilis na mag-expand o lumaki ang kita. Value stocks, ang mga ito naman ay mas matatag sa merkado, mas mababa ang panganib at karaniwang nagbibigay ng maayos at tuloy-tuloy na kita. Hindi sila madalas magkaroon ng malaking pagtaas o pagbaba ng halaga. Sa madaling salita, ang growth stocks ay para sa mga handang tanggapin ang mas mataas na panganib, kapalit ng posibilidad ng malaking kita, habang ang value stocks ay para sa mas gusto ang maayos at maligtas na kita sa mahabang panahon. Stocks by region. Stocks are categorized by the geographic location of the company. Ang stocks by region ay ang pag-uuri ng mga stocks batay sa rehiyon o lokasyon ng mga kumpanyang kinakatawan nito. Nakatuon ito sa performance ng mga stocks mula sa iba't ibang bahagi ng mundo na nagbibigay daan sa mas malawak na diversification sa mga global markets. Here are the samples of stocks by region. Local markets, overseas markets, stable markets, and emerging markets. Local markets, ang pamumuhunan sa lokal na stocks market ay nangungahulugan ng pagbili ng shares mula sa kumpanya sa sariling bansa. Karaniwan itong mas mababa ang panganib dahil sa pamilyar ka na sa ekonomiya at regulasyon sa inyong bansa. Samantala naman, ang overseas market, ang pamumuhunan sa ibang bansa ay nagbibigay daan sa iyo na ma-access ang oportunidad sa ibang lugar. At ang stable markets naman, halimbawa ang mga bansa sa kanlurang Europa ay may matatag na ekonomiya kaya't mas ligtas at hindi masyadong pabago-bago ang pamumuhunan dito. At ang panghuli, emerging markets. Samantala ang mga rehiyon tulad ng Latin America ay tinatawag na emerging markets. May potensyal itong magbigay ng mataas na kita ngunit mas malaking panganib dahil sa kawalang tatag sa ekonomiya o politika. These funds are portfolios that track a specific market index. Ang index fund isang uri ng investment fund na may sumusunod na performance ng isang particular na stock market index tulad ng Nasdaq 100. Binubuo ito ng iba't ibang stocks sa index na iyon kaya nagbibigay ng diversified at mas mababang risk na paraan ng pag-invest. Examples of index funds is Nasdaq 100 presents the top 100 large cap stocks. Nasdaq 100 isang stocks ng index na naglalaman ng nangungunang 100 malaking kumpanya o large cap companies sa Nasdaq. Stocks exchange tulad ng malaking tech sa kumpanya.
Municipal bonds. The word municipal, it relates to smaller local governments like governed towns, counties, cities, or states. In other words, not national federal governments. just as investors can loan money to federal governments. They loan money to local governments, usually to help fund specific public projects like water sewage upgrades, hospitals, schools, etc. While many local governments around the world issue municipal bonds, the U.S. municipal bond market is the largest and is considered to be one of the safest. Municipal bond is a bond because they involve borrowing money from investors who receive regular interest payments and the return of principal at maturity. As I mentioned earlier, municipal bonds usually to help fund specific public projects like water sewage upgrades, hospitals, schools, etc. Government bonds. Bondholders of government bonds are loaning money to a government provided the government one invest and does not default on this type of loan, unlikely in established nations. The principal of a bond is paid back in full over time with interest. In the US, there are several types of government bonds known as treasury securities. The main three, treasury bills, treasury notes, and treasury bonds mature at different rates and pay interest in different ways. They require a minimum investment of $100. Other types of government bonds may be cheaper to buy but tend to result in a lower return. There are also floating rate notes that offer a variable rate of interest according to the market. Finally, it is possible to invest in other countries' bond markets. Investing in established countries is very safe but unlikely to yield a significant return, while investing in developing countries is risky but could prove profitable.